Right, so a whole lot of this information is going to be very basic information for veteran players for Diablo games. Thing is that with Diablo we have a whole bunch of new players that not know how the mechanics for a seasonal character works, and that is what we're going to be speaking about in this video. I'm going to try to be as brief and as concise as possible, explaining what is it that is going to happen to your character, which I know that there's a whole lot of people concerned about. What is it that is going to happen to my character? Am I going to lose my character? How is the seasonal content going to be happening? We are going to be using the basic knowledge for previous games. Blizzard does have a way to manage the seasons like it did in Diablo 2 and 3 and whatnots, but we also have a little bit of information that has been confirmed by developers on itself. So we're going to be speaking about the main concern that people normally has, people that is not a veteran of the Diablo games. What is it that is going to happen to my character? Is my character going to get deleted? There's a whole lot of confusion, misinformation out of that. And if I am able to help at least one person, I'll be more than happy with it. So basically you have two different rounds, and we're going to be using the character selecting here to show you what is it for every single character. I am not level 100, job has been heavy on me. I haven't been able to max out my character, but that is okay. So basically, as you can see, it says right here, Eternal Realm. Below the portrait of your, beside the portrait of your character, also it says Eternal. The Eternal Realm is basically where all of your characters are going to end up being. Meaning, this is the place where all of these characters that are not seasonal at that time are going to be. That means that nothing is going to happen with your character. So I want to be very clear about that, because that is what causes a little bit of confusion. The fact that we're going to be getting a new seasonal content doesn't mean that your character is going to get deleted. Your character is always going to be here, and you're always going to be able to go back to your character. So, let's say that, for example, this is my Seasonal 2 character. Let's say, I'm sorry, this is my Season 1 character. In here, it will say Season 1 character. So, for that season, this character will have access to all of Season 1 content. This guy won't. You won't have access to any of the seasonal content with this character, which is going to be on the Eternal Realm. And then, after the Season 1 finishes, this guy is going to get back to the Eternal Realm as well, and I'm going to have to make a brand new seasonal character for Season 2. And that is going to be rolling back again as when the season finishes. All of your seasonal characters are going to end up being in the Eternal Realm. So the concern is still here. Then why do I want to play my characters if they are going to be useless on the new content? The thing is that is the harsh truth. You are not going to be able to use your pre-characters, the characters that you have in your Eternal Realm. They are never going to have access to the seasonal content. So why do I want to play if I am not going to get any benefit from that? Well, that's actually not entirely true. For your seasonal character, you are going to get some of this stuff, and there's also a little bit of confusion about this as well. Some people believe that the altars of Lilith are going to be uncovered in the map. They are not going to be uncovered, they are going to be unlocked. Meaning that if you manage to get all of the altars of Lilith that you have on the world, on the open world, your new seasonal characters, they will always have access to this renown. There's certain renown that will not carry over. The waypoints, they are not going to be carrying over, not all of them. Some of them will be carrying over for the main cities, but not all of them. The strongholds are not going to be carrying over, the side quests are not going to be carrying over, the areas discovered, they are going to be carrying over to new seasons, and the side dungeons, they are not going to be carrying over to new seasons. So basically, you have these two guys right here that are going to carry over to the new seasons, which I would say those are the most... it takes more of a hassle to complete those ones, the altars of Lilith and the areas discovered. On the strongholds, it is always fun and nice to go to do the strongholds. They give huge amounts of renown, and they are very basic to do. And the fact that you do not get the waypoints as soon as you start the game is basically because at some point those waypoints that you have right here, they initially were strongholds. Like this one right here, this is a stronghold, meaning you cannot have your waypoint in here if you are still going to have to do the stronghold. And the dungeons, you are going to have to do dungeons as well. So the thing that you are going to get is just going to be these two guys right here, and you are going to have to unlock these guys right here, but you are going to have a little bit of an upstart. Also, the new seasonal characters, if you've previously completed the new campaign, you do not need to go through the campaign in any of the seasons. This is something very amazing because you have the choice, right? You have the choice to do the main campaign, but if you do not want to, if you immediately want to start the battle pass, which the battle pass is going to unlock as soon as you finish the main campaign. If you decide to skip the main campaign, you can immediately start unlocking your battle pass, which is going to be the next incentive that you are going to have to play the seasons. All of your cosmetics, they are going to be unlocked on the new seasons. So that is something nice as well. That is an incentive to keep playing the seasons. They have not been clear about this. This has not been an official word, but me as a previous, I would say veteran Diablo player, and I say better, and not because I am good, because I have played the seasonal content for Diablo 2 and 3, and basically it works the same way. When you got the Transmog system, the Transmog armors for seasonal content in Diablo 3, they would carry over to the next season, and usually this is one of the most amazing aspects about Diablo, and this is going to be the main point that is going to give you replayability for your seasonal content, getting new armors, new transmogs. And let me tell you, as a experienced player, this transmog system that we have right here, it already is very, very amazing. I love it. There's so much different customization in colors. I am pretty sure, if not, they are going to be wasting a opportunity. I am pretty sure that we're also going to get more skins on color patterns and transmog for armors and whatnot. But trust me, the seasonal transmog that you will get on the future, they are going to be all over the top. If these guys seem cool to you, they are actually quite basic. Now, the new seasonal transmog, they are going to have all kind of crazy stuff that is going to make you look like a demigod or even like a god, if it works like it used to work on the previous games. And that is all going to carry all through your seasonal characters. Meaning, if you decide to create one new seasonal character, all of the transmogs that you are going to have access immediately from the very beginning. Builds. How are the builds going to change? This is something that is not yet on the main game, but usually sometimes they will add new paragon levels, maybe new level cap for your characters, maybe there will be a... this is just a little bit of a speculation, but things that they have done on previous games, they are going to have new storylines, new areas, new activities. Maybe they will expand PvP, maybe they will expand PvE. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that you are going to be able to access on the new seasonal content, and all of that is going to be happening with new builds. The builds are going to change in every season. Every character that you try on a new season is going to feel different, because it is ideal that you try a new character. Maybe for the launch of the game, like myself, you try the rogue. Maybe later we'll get new classes like the monk, or maybe like the witch doctor, or like the paladin or crusader, depending on how they manage to deal with those characters. But there's also going to be changes in armors. Like, for example, I am guessing that at some point they will add armor sets, and armor sets add a huge grind replayability to the grind, because it changes completely the build that you're going to have. And like I said, all of that is going to carry, it's just going to be expanding a little bit more and more and more and more as the seasonal content progresses, as the new seasons come and go, and they are just going to have a whole much stuff to do and play. It's not just going to be something little, something small. I would personally say, or at least in my personal experience by playing the seasonal content for Diablo 3, it hugely changed my perspective of the game, mainly because I was using different characters. But how they play those different characters, sometimes you would have rework on your characters, balancing on the builds, there's going to be new metas, there's going to be a whole bunch of new discussions, so that is why you want to try out the new content. But yeah, it is a bummer. Maybe if you're not accustomed to it, this doesn't work like many other different games that you have out there. You're leveling up your character, maybe you have that mindset that you want to use that main character on the new seasonal content to immediately be there. That is not going to happen. Your character is always going to be there, but your character is never going to have access to the new season. For new season content, you are going to have to create a new character, which is a bummer to some people. But trust me, I used to think that as well, but it's just replayability value. It has so much replayability, it has so much stuff to do, and it is helping us to have previous seasonal characters to actually dive through the seasonal content a little bit faster. We are going to have a little bit of bonuses like the renown system that you were able to see, and Blizzard does manage to sometimes listen to the community feedback, like for example the quality of life improvements are always going to be happening on the seasons, like for example the materials tab that will hold your new gems on season 2. This is something confirmed. Bummer, it is not going to happen in season 1, but it is going to happen in season 2, and a whole bunch of different quality of life improvements that are just going to make the life of players so much easier. They do listen to that feedback, which is going to make the traversal for the seasonal content that much more enjoyable. I hope that the video was as brief and as clear as possible, and that I was able to manage at least somewhat. If you like the content, liking the videos are appreciated. And also today you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel, like the video before you close the door. I'll be seeing you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.